kept on asking, do you have Discord? Do you have Discord? And I was kind of like, no, I have Skype. And, you know, it gets to a point where you almost are kind of embarrassed, right? To say, no, but I have Skype. Because it's kind of like saying, no, I don't have a Facebook, but I have a MySpace, you know? That's... like, if you're from my time period, if you're from the late 90s, early 2000s, you know exactly what the feeling I'm talking about. Kind of that just general feels bad, embarrassment feeling. But, and grant you, the whole MySpace thing isn't technically fair, because MySpace was a little bit before my time. I was still, like, on the tail end of it, I would say. Like, I was, of course, around when Facebook, you know, I'm not sure if anybody even really remembers these days, but, you know, Facebook was more than just a social media platform. You could actually play legitimate games on there. My favorite game to play on Facebook was a game called Farkle. I guess it's kind of similar to Yahtzee, if I had to compare it to something. You know, there's a cup, there's a bunch of dice, there's cards, you know. So, you know, it's kind of like that. And it had its own, you know, I have to admit, it's actually kind of impressive how much shit was involved with that. Because, again, Facebook is really dated technology. I don't think it'll ever really go away. Because I think it's just been around for so long at this point, it's kind of like grandfathered in, if that makes sense. But, I did actually play a lot of those games. I know my mom's favorite game at the time, because she's kind of how I got into Facebook, which is, I know, kind of embarrassing to say now. Just for those of you watching, I mean, I don't really care if you, like, write me off as, like, garbage at this game, you know. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't know you, I don't really care. I mean, obviously I'd prefer you have a positive opinion of me, but, like, in terms of what you think of me in terms of mechanical skill of this game, I really don't care. But anyway, and I'm not trying to be a dick, you know, people who've watched me, you know, for extended periods of time, no, that's not the kind of person I am. But, I mean, really, I'm not gonna lose sleep over someone trying to tell me to kill myself, you know? I think it's something, and again, that it's a huge leap in subject matter, but again, that's something that really just needs to go away, you know? I mean, I get it's kind of like, you know, meta, I guess, would be a similar term. Or a really dated term would be par for the course, you know, just a given, that's kind of unavoidable. But, this whole, like, and I hate saying toxic because it's such a meme, you know, it's, I guess what some more hip individuals than I would call cringy. Which I just hate that word. The word cringy to me is cringy. But anyway, that, and thankfully I think here in the US, we're really starting to come down on that. But not now. I mean, it's been like that for a while. I know at bare minimum, if you, for whatever reason, were to tell someone to kill themselves and they actually went through with it, the family would have legal right to press charges. Like, they could legally sue you for that, which I think, you know, is the bare minimum that you should face for that. In my personal opinion, I don't want to get political here, but in my personal opinion, you should face jail time for that. We can argue day and night over whose fault it really is, the person's, the individual for taking their own life, or the person saying really moronic shit, but, like, the thing is, with the situation, my thought process about it, would the situation even come up if people just acted right in the first place? You know? I mean, it's just, it's so stupid, you know, it really is. Anyway. Yeah, I guess that's just kind of my hot take on it. I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's really that unpopular of an opinion, because I don't think anybody's really pro KYS. You know, the only real argument I see for it is people who are like super pro freedom of speech, which I think a lot of people just take at face value. Like they hear freedom, like they see the words freedom of speech written down in the Constitution or whatever, and they just think, oh, well, you can say literally whatever you want. That's, you know, I kind of envy that flawed logic, you know, like that, if only things were that simple, right? No, you are still completely accountable. You are completely 100% supposed to and are held accountable for what you say, you know? I mean, that's just, you know, that's just common sense. If you, if you go and shout the N-word in a less financially fortunate neighborhood, then yeah, it's just common sense that you're gonna get jumped, right? That's kind of like you getting your just desserts in a way. But, anyway. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna veer away from that stuff now because I don't really like talking about it. I know some people really do live off, like they leech and siphon life energy off that kind of negative mojo jojo that karma will eventually, I guess, make their way back around to them if you believe in that. Personally, so I guess it's either karma or fate. I think mostly everybody believes in at least one of the two. Because in a way, they're not really that different from each other. Karma is literally just, you get what you have coming to you. It's kind of like the golden rule taken to an extreme. Treat others the way you want to be treated. If you treat people like shit, you're gonna catch a lot of shit, you know? And then fate is just kind of like, I really don't want to bring like religion and say like God's plan into this, like, you know, you Drake, right? But like, that's kind of, I think that's kind of what a lot of people default to when they hear the word fate. They think like, oh, this is kind of God's plan for you, and you know, it doesn't. I mean, I guess I would elaborate on that, but personally, I just don't see the point. I don't think, and I don't say this to be mean or whatever, but I really don't think most people watching this video, for the few that are, really give a shit what I think about religion. And if I do, and if you do, thank you. You know, that's genuinely flattering, you know, that you assign such importance to my opinion. And I know I sound like an asshole here, but I genuinely mean that, you know. And that's one thing I guess I want to quickly touch on as well, is just how crazy, like insanely positive the feedback I've had, not just like, you know, now, but like pretty much the entire course of my YouTube channel. You know, I say it and I guess it sounds cheap or corny or whatever, because it's like, oh, well, you're just saying that because you're, you know, I don't want to say like you're supposed to say it, but like, you know, but I mean, you know, it's one of those things, right, where you gotta count your blessings, right? I am so blessed. I mean, already, right? Already I'm blessed because I have an amazing, amazing, amazing amount of very healthy connections. Um, you know, I I'm on very good terms with both of my parents.
Goblins in Verbeeg lay siege to the
Um,
Battlehammer halls. I'll break this
I'm
siege and then see what
I've
damage has been done
mostly
within.
reformed my connection with my brother. I mean, I don't think it's kind of
Another
like
chance to make the deal safe.
my friend Prince, not a singer, but someone named Prince, probably after the singer. I don't think it'll ever really go back to what it was, but it is infinitely better than what it was, right? One thing you need to know about me as a person, and I think this speaks to I think this speaks to my character more so than just a philosophy I have. Although obviously it is a little bit of both. But if you are, if you're nice to me, right? If you're a good friend of mine, you treat me well, you hang out with me, you talk, we crack a beer or whatever. I don't actually drink. I'm just saying that as an example, right? That's great, you know? Odds are I have a pretty high opinion. But I'm just gonna throw it out there. It doesn't matter how well you treat me, you could be paying me $1 million for breathing, okay? If you treat my family specifically, I mean, I don't want to say specifically, but there's been, I bring up my mom because that's the examples that's come up most recently. Two people have tried to be really cool, like they've tried to act cool with me after trashing my mom, and that doesn't work. That doesn't fly with me. If you treat my family like garbage, or my friends, just whatever, right? Someone that I am personally either related or connected to, and you treat them horribly, it doesn't matter how well you treat me. If I catch wind of it, I'm not going to be cool with you. And I'm not the kind of guy that will I probably shouldn't be saying this. Mom and I call it being cardboard, where you say things that people want to hear so that you don't start a fight or whatever. I was very much raised, really, it's actually pretty standard, I guess. Mom taught me my father basically raised me to have the general, my father raised me to have the kind of general mannerisms well, I mean, that's not completely true. Some of it I did kind of just pick up on myself, because there are things that you really do just learn yourself, growing up. I don't really think my father is responsible for me being for lack of a better term, I'm just gonna say gentlemanly, kind of chivalrous kind of person that I tend to, what's the word not express, but try to,
Go away, even.
to me. That not exude either. What is it? It's pissing me off. I can't think of it. Exhibit. That's the word I'm looking for. Exhibit. You know, it's very much so kind of like it was in the olden days. My father taught me
Brunner's aid in the
basically
war
the
against Hesse left his
actual,
people exposed to
for
this
lack of a
invasion.
better term, survival
I'll not
skills.
rest until I see
Survival
the
skills,
dwarves back
right?
safe in their homes.
I mean, we never actually went and like out hunting, you know, like, you know, we didn't hunt game or anything, you know. But but he, you know, he did with me what most fathers, I would say, did with their kids, sons specifically, growing up. You know, he was the one that took me to Boy Scouts, and he took me camping, and he took me on bike rides. You know, that's, you know, kind of, I don't want to say the standard, because it's almost, it would come off to me if someone said it to me like I expect it. But you know, just the things that you would kind of, the kind of things that you would kind of just, I am gonna go ahead and say expect. The kind of things that you wouldn't be, you wouldn't be surprised to hear your father did with you. You know, I mean,
Brunner's aid
odds
in the
are
war
your
against
father
Hesse
did
left his
do
people exposed
some
to this invasion.
extracurricular activity with you.
I'll not rest until I see the dwarves back
For
safe
me, it was
in their
camping.
homes.
We did a little bit of archery, not much, but we did have our own bow and arrows that we would occasionally go out to like a field and shoot some targets, and that was really fun. I don't know whatever actually happened to that, but that was. I'll tell you, it's way harder than it looks. It really is. I haven't shot an arrow in probably 10 years. And that's not exaggeration. I mean, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 trips in the past literal decade, I think I have gone and I want to say hunting, but it's not hunting. Hunting is like killing animals, you know? It's but like practicing, I guess, with bow and arrow, like archery. God, when was the last time I did that? When I was 12? At latest 15. It's been at least 5 years. Alright? And it's kind of a shame because, you know, it's really frustrating when you're learning. Because, like, everything's frustrating when you're learning, right? Because it's like, oh, dude, I suck at this. You just keep at it, and eventually you kind of learn. And you're like, oh, okay, it's not that bad, you know? But for me, I don't know what it was. Like, just something about it was really... It's very skill intensive. My father taught me a lot of things related to hand-eye coordination, and regardless of whether or not you want to admit it, that's a big part of life. If you don't have good hand-eye coordination, you're gonna be in a pretty bad place at some point in your future.
I'll break this siege and then see what damage has been done within.
I mean, you know, it's a really useful life skill to have. And I think a kind of subset of that, a subsection of that skill is just general, kind of, it's what we refer to it collectively as humans refer to as eyeballing it, basically judging distance and making an estimate on how far away something is, or figuring out whereabouts to aim off of just pure looks, right? Just use your eyes and you determine how far back you should pull your bow, or how far away something is. You can make a guess, you know, educated guess, you know, stuff like that. Doing really good. Wow. I mean, like 2 or 3 combats down with 1 health potion, you know. Granted, that's only because I got a health drop, but you know. Okay, well there goes that second health potion. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, you know, and I think it's really cool that we can just kind of I mean, I say we. That's something I really. I guess it's kind of a bad habit because it's something that I've done a lot. I will. I will kind of, and it's. I guess it's a little embarrassing too. I guess it's supposed to be at least. But I will refer to my audience like. I'll just lump my audience and like my viewers in with me collectively as we when I probably shouldn't. I don't think it really gets on anybody's nerves, at least I hope it doesn't. And if it does, I really am sorry. That's if I could magically drink a potion or take some pills to fix it, I would. But like it's just something I do, you know, it's just one of my flaws. But in a way, I don't want to say cute, but like it is kind of, there's a bit of a charm to it, I think, you know, because, you know, I don't think anybody really looks at YouTube as like a job, you know. There are people who absolutely do it as a job, like absolutely, not many. 9 out of every 10 people who have a YouTube channel are just doing it for fun, which even the people who are making money off of it probably are still only really doing it because it's fun, you know, like, and I get it, it's like, oh dude, I wish, right? Because, and it is a little sad because you see people, like, odds are you watch a streamer or a content creator and you see the amount of money they make. I mean, not so much in the case of YouTube, but you know, you can at least very safely assume they make quite a bit of cash off of making videos. And, you know, I don't know. Let me actually go ahead and do that. Let me actually focus since I'm finally back here. Oh jeez, that did like my whole health bar. Move! Oh god. Oh damn, I was out of stamina. That's literally the only reason I died. I don't want to say like I would have been able to take it, like take the whole combat, but I would have at least killed the 2 goblins, maybe even the ogre, if I wasn't out of stamina there. But anyway, yeah. Gonna kind of go
Bruner's aid
ahead
in
and
the war
change
against
gears
Kessel
back
left
to
his people
focusing on the game
exposed to this invasion.
because
I'll not rest
that's
until
probably
I see the dwarves back
why
safe in their
I'm
homes.
screwing up. I mean, a part of it is just I suck at this game, but like, you know, anyway.
You know what I miss? Cassidy telling us what to do. I hated that guy. He nearly got us all alive, grubs.
I will say it is kind of inconsistent. That is pretty inconsistent. There'll be times where you can parry someone, which I guess you probably should be able to, from literally a full 180 degrees behind you, like literally directly behind you. But then there'll be other times where from that same exact angle, you'll parry, you'll get the timing down, but it'll still hit you. I don't know, man. Like, I still stand by what I said. I still think the combat is really smooth. Like, really, really smooth. You know? Like, literally, that's the only complaint I have about the game. Is, well, that's not true. I have one other complaint about the game. I don't like that when you're playing in party mode, and this is why I'm playing the full series solo, but I don't like that in party mode players can just
left his people exposed to this invasion.
do the stuff that kind of should be reserved for the party leader, right?
In their homes.
which I get it's meant to reflect actual D&D, but like, to me, the party leader should be the one to pick up the MacGuffin, you know, to kill the final boss. Maybe to a somewhat lesser extent, but you know, stuff like that. Anyway, I never used these two abilities right here, the triangle and the whole triangle abilities. I literally never do them, which is, I guess, stupid. I guess. Yeah, anyway. Like, look at that. Did you see how my character just did a complete 180 in the middle of an attack? That is so stupid, but I love it. But again, the combo is just so fluid. It kind of reminds me of the Batman games, because it's just, you can string together such a huge combo, and it's beautiful. It looks and feels nice, you know?
We're under attack.
So let's see, there's this combat, which is the first one. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I know there's at least 6 combats in the mission. I don't think it's really gonna be that difficult to complete all of them. No, 7. I think there's 7 combats this mission, because I have completed this first mission before, so I'm part 2. But yeah, did really good here. Completed the first combat. Only took about 1/10 of my health as damage. Still have all 3 healing potions. I wonder if you can buy extra healing potions and keep them stocked, you know, or if you have to like, kind of like with Dark Souls, unlock, as it were, the ability to carry more. I know you can upgrade the potency of it. I don't know, like you can in Dark Souls, but you know. Is there a quicker way to break up? The fact that I fell down, got back up, and still hit him in time for the combo to continue is kind of crazy. I'm just gonna be honest. Man, this is a really good start.
My body fails me.
I had no choice. I was gonna die there if I didn't heal. I mean, is it possible I could have finished the fight? Maybe, but I was not gonna risk all this progress.
Just wait a second.
Okay, so I have... Oh, wait. Oh, man. I don't think I can go back, can I? Can I? No. Oh, I can! That's awesome, dude. I really appreciate and respect that. That is crazy. I did not think I would be able to do that. Because I always forget to kill these guys. I don't know if you don't make it this far, but yeah. The fact that that arrow still pains me.
Why do you need two swords?
I know this is so risky, but I think I'm actually gonna try to wait for the health pickup with these guys. Oh, I shouldn't be doing this. Literally one hit and I'm dead.
Want no trouble from you, Drow.
No, get up, get up!
That's your business, Elf.
What? Oh, he did a combo there. I'm gonna be honest, that's my bad. That was completely on me, but I didn't really think he could combo. Usually, the goblins I've been fighting, they only do one attack and then they hop back and kind of retreat. I guess it makes sense the mini boss would combo, you know, big shock, right?
Bruner's
But,
aid in the war against Kessel left
I wasn't
his people
expecting it.
exposed to this invasion. I'll not rest until I see the dwarves back safe.
I've probably spent the past 2 hours playing this game. And not like 2 hours cumulatively, like 2 hours probably back to back. That's annoying. Like 2 hours literally back to back. Just straight up sitting here
Another
playing
chance
this game.
to make the Dale
Which
safe.
I think is kind of indicative of how enjoyable this game's combat system is. Because you would absolutely feel every second of a 2-hour combat session. You absolutely would. Don't even try to tell me you would. You absolutely would. Dude, I feel like I'm watching a movie that I actively dislike if I'm, you know, in a 30-minute combat session. So, don't get me started on that, but, you know, I mean, it's so good. I'm so glad that developers made a genuinely fluid combat system that really feels not like, I guess I shouldn't say rewarding. I mean, it is rewarding, but like, so it's so easy to learn and so enjoyable to participate in, you know? Like, if only actual D&D combat was literally half as satisfying as this is, people would not even think about running more games. Like, I think a lot of people, not a lot, but I think there are legitimately people who will think, like, kind of like, almost think about, like, I think, because I know Cody from
Bruner's
Taking
aid in
20,
the war against Kessel
as an example. I know he does it's either 2 or 3 weeks on, 1 week off, like weekly sessions, weekly campaign sessions, 2 or 3 weeks on, 1 week off. I think a lot of it really is just because combat is such a drag. Like, I mean, Shikamaru, right? But like, it really is such a bore, dude. It's so mind-numbingly boring. It's like, okay, what's your hit points? It's your turn. What do you do? Okay, roll attack, roll damage. You got a crit. What do you do? I mean, it's so, and there's almost no variation in it. Like, the only combats I'm remotely excited for are boss fights, and even then, you know, you really can't do that very often. Probably once every, like, 3 to 5 sessions, there's, like, an actual boss that you need to fight.
More work to be done.
Oh, okay, I thought, for a second I thought it said I only had 1 health potion. I'm like, what? I might as well let them kill me, dude. I need to kill the archer, I know. I'm gonna get sniped by an arrow. I think I got hit by an arrow. I'm just gonna... No, I don't really want to let them kill me. If it happens, it happens, but... Oh yeah, it's gonna happen. That'd be great. A health pickup.
Big.
No dice? No dice. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm not going to heal this whole combat.
And see what damage has been done with
and if I happen to beat it, then I'm good. Like this, like room basically. This room and the room to the left.
I might not live through this.
Yeah, I knew I was dead. I was out of stamina. It really is an absolute death sentence if you don't have any stamina and you're in the middle of an abundance of enemies, you know. But it's all right. I mean, I don't want to say I wanted to die there because you never really want to die. But anyway, I don't know why I'm maybe saying this, but
Bruner's aid in the war against
I guess just for nostalgic purposes, I started rewatching What's New Scooby-Doo and Mystery Incorporated. Not Mystery Incorporated. What's it called? Scooby-Doo. There's 2 different Scooby-Doo series on Netflix. One's What's New Scooby-Doo, which is the kidsy kind of cartoonish one, and then there's a way like surprisingly more adult version one. Like, not because like they show boobs or anything. I mean, even in the kids version they show like outline of the character's breasts, which I don't know why they do that, but anyway. What's it called? I think it's literally called Mysteries Incorporated or something. But I mean, it's crazy how huge a difference in tone there is. You know, it goes from like the character models are different too. Like you could legitimately watch the more adult Scooby-Doo series as an adult and be entertained. Maybe not entertained, that's probably a strong word. But like, you'd at bare minimum, you'd be surprised by how much more grown up it is. They tackle way more serious subjects like, you know, heartache and you know, I was really surprised to learn, and I guess this is kind of a spoiler, but I don't care. It's the first episode, dude. In the first episode, the pilot of the grown-up series, the creepy clown baby man, who, by the way, is the same person who voice acts the Joker, they actually lose. Like, I don't want to say lose, but like, they actually end the first episode on a sour note, which really surprises me, because, you know, like, I don't want to say, like, it's the cliche, good guys are always supposed to win. But, like, really, like, the good guys always win. And it's so annoying. It's such an annoying trope. But, like, the fact that the gang is, like, constantly being turned down by Daphne, and then they keep getting trumped by this stupid clown, you know? It's almost... I don't want to really say refreshing, but it is, you know? I'm going to go ahead and ult here, because I can probably get an ult again in the time it takes me to kill these guys. Two health pistols, tell you. I'll pick up something. Like, look how... Doesn't this look fun? Does this not look satisfying? Because it is. Oh man, I should. That's me being greedy. I deserve to die there. I was being greedy. I was just trying to get through this combat without needing to use a healing potion, where I absolutely should have. I was lucky to even get those 2 healing drops. You know? Those 2 health drops I made. But anyway. What time is it? 10? No, 11. Okay, so that's... Oh god, I probably need to end the video soon.
Bruner's aid in the war against Kessel left his people exposed to this invasion.
Okay, I'm gonna really focus, like, hardcore to try to get through it this time. That way I can basically reset the video, basically end the episode, start a new one. Because you can only record up to 60 minutes of content with PlayStation clips. And the default is like 15. So, anyway. And I know you guys can probably tell, but I'm actually letting myself take some very spacious breaks in between attacks to kind of recover some stamina. Go! I guess that works. I walked out of range of the arrow. You shouldn't be able to outwalk an arrow, dude. That's dumb. Okay, so you can't really rely on the enemies to kill themselves. I guess that makes sense. Like friendly fire between enemies.
No, hold on.
Alright.
Goblins in Verbeeg lay siege to the Battlehammer halls. I'll break this siege and then see what damage has been done within.
Let me... So there's 1, 2, 3, 4... I think there's 4 more combat. 5 more combats. 5 or 6 more combats. Wait, they're not all the way up there, are they? Wow, they are. Okay. Alright, I don't know why I didn't let me parry there. I swear I hit the button. Like, I saw the attack coming, I waited about a nanosecond, and I pressed L1, but just didn't parry. But it's alright. My health is way too low to really justify me drinking healing potion. Which I guess sounds counterintuitive.
Bruner's aid in the war against Kessel
Like,
left his people
just because
exposed
of
to this
how
invasion.
many, like, just the
I'll
sheer
not
amount
rest
of
until I
combats
see the
there are
dwarves
in
back
this
safe in their homes.
mission, I want to really space them out, you know? So, like, there's one right here that I'm about to do. There's the 2 after that. So that's 3. There's the one with the ogre, there's the one down there with what's his face, that's 5. There's one in the top little village thing, treetop village thing, that's 6. There's another one that's 7. Yeah, there's about 7 combats this mission. 7 or 8 combat, I would say. I think it was actually like 8. No more than 10. No, because then there's, yeah, so there's probably about 10 combat in this mission.
Come,
Magical number
goblins. Meet your
69.
end.
Watch. Let me try it. No, I have full health. I'm not gonna do it.
I can change.
Okay, so that's the first combat. Literally no damage. I'm gonna be in a pretty good spot if I can get up to that ogre mini-boss without losing any health. Which I probably can't. I'll ultimate this fight here.
In the first place? I don't know.
That's how far it's shot. Okay. Alright, that's kind of stupid. That bastard hit me 3 different times in the back while I was comboing this one guy. That's kind of annoying. Like, what are they doing? Let's see, I think she says she's usually back by like 2, so that's 12 my time. So
Bruner's aid in the war against Kessel left his people exposed to this
yeah,
invasion.
probably.
I'll not rest until I see the dwarves.
I'll wait until after I complete the mission. No, you know what I should do? I should wait until after I complete this episode. Message her, because then she'll probably be back by the time I complete this episode. And then I will give her the, I'll let her take her break, and then I can record the next episode. And by the time the next episode is done, should be right about the same time she's done with her break. So, I really did parry that. I don't like when I make a mistake. You know, I'm the first person to admit it. You know, because I've said literally multiple times this episode that I've deserved to die or that I've done stupid shit or that I deserve to get flack for. But like this isn't one of those things. You know? Like I really
another chance to make the Dale safe.
You know? Now I'm just begging for help. Pick up.
Watching you, bro.
There would be a second launcher right there.
Goblins
I'm gonna go do the
siege
second
the
one to
Halls.
left first.
I'll break this siege
Well, I
and
guess
see what
technically
damage has been done with
in
it.
order it's first, like chronologically, because you can get to there first and you can get to there, but it's about the same distance.
Why'd you sign on with Kessel in the first place? I don't know. A lone enemy.
Did they change the way the enemies are ordered? I swear the green one was over here first.
Stay away, Trout.
Oh, I thought it was dead, dude.
without aid.
I'm
Come, Guinevere!
gonna go ahead and drink. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened there. I was glitching out. I just went and watched her face, but I didn't. I used to watch her face, but I didn't do shit to her, man.
Bruner's aid in the war against Kessel left his people exposed to this invasion. I'll not
swear I'm
rest
innocent. I
until
didn't
see
do
the
anything.
dwarves back safe in their homes.
I didn't even know she was alive. Alright. This is gonna be the last attempt, though.
Break out that door yet? Nah. Some dwarven magic keeping it shut. I knew those bullies were full of shit. Well, they are.
I really parried that. That's such bullshit, dude.
More work to be done. I might not live through this.
That's so stupid. No, if you saw that, that's bullshit, dude. I was attacking this guy to try to get out of the, like, basically hit him out of the AoE so I could get out of it too, and it just kept clipping me, dude, because he kept, I don't know, it's like he was resisting or something, dude. It's so annoying.
Bruner's aid in the war against Kessel left his people exposed to this invasion. I'll not rest until I see the dwarves back safe in their homes.
Spotted any dwarves yet? Nah. I heard they all got out. Got out? They're gone? Why are we sieging? Wake up, Kapoys! Somebody else! That drow's too fast! Someone approaching!
That might actually be her.
Now, drow! have made better choices.
Oh.
Goblins in Verbeeg lay siege to the Battlehammer halls. I'll
Cash
break
bombs
this siege and
apparently
then
out.
see what damage has been done within.
Oh no, okay.
What are we doing? Is the siege over? Well,
Look, I'm about to find out if they're changing the replacement.
whatever we kill next, I'm taking their buttons. Go for Shuck. Always figured you
Same.
for
My work continues. My partner fails.
How do you get health like that for no reason at times? Is it just because you kill a decent number of them without taking damage, or you go so long without taking damage, or what? Chosen.
Wait a second.
Yeah, so basically full health with 2 health crystals. Potions, whatever. I don't know. I mean, I guess.
I need a new knife. Mine ain't stabby enough. Come for, you don't know how to stab right. You gotta aim for the base.
Let's get out our boys.
I can see your purple eyes.
I'll make it clean. Pesky elf.
See?
Barely
He
worth
hit us all right now. Damn.
How am I gonna eat you when you're way over there?
Oh. Whoa. How did I avoid that? Oh, I didn't. I saw it too late. I saw it coming too late. Alright. I have no choice, dude. I'm gonna have to end it here. because otherwise it's gonna start lapping over. Alright. Alright, I swear I will actually beat it this next episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I've been your host, John Christmas, signing out. See you guys next time. Have a good one.